Get free skins by participating in our daily giveaways and item drops. Play coin flip and double your skins. Battle with other players and win big jackpots. Get the most points in our leaderboard and win awesome prizes. Invite your friends and earn free coins. The best place to battle your Dota to skins. DotaToHunt.com.
Hey guys, Bowie here, and today we'll take a look on how Miracle fights with Void Spirit. I do have a guide on the hero from a couple of weeks ago. I think I released it too early to fully understand how the hero works, and I'll probably release another one soon, but for now, we can watch how to fight as well as him. In this game, he plays offlane Void Spirit, and that's something I don't cover in my guide. He's not the strongest laner, and he does take a while to get online when played from this position, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much, so just bear with me for now, and let's watch this first level 6 fight. He misses the first Astral Step in the Remnant because there's too many units, but the important thing to learn here is how he holds onto his next Astral Step. The skill has a pretty long cooldown at level 1, so if you just use 2 of them instantly, you risk dying, especially in a fight so close to a tower where there might be a response. Also make note of him ignoring Dissimulate. At level 1, you deal more damage with right clicks than using it. Just at the end, he steals the kill with the ult, since no one actually came, but always be mindful. He eventually TPs to a fight top, times his Remnant perfectly. The way this hero fights is all about going in and out. Until you're level 20 with a very short Astral Step cooldown, you don't want to use 2 of them at the same time in most fights, and after you use most of your cooldowns, being in the center of attention does you more harm than good, especially when you go for a build that doesn't have Radiance. As the cooldowns get back, he uses the Remnant to get Rubik, but dies. This hero really comes online after Scepter. Even though Miracle has only level 1 Astral Step, he commits it twice this time, because with the save from Dissimulate and Scepter, he has more to work with, and that was also a sure kill. This is the standard combo for Void Spirit. Use into the Remnant, into Dissimulate, that's a fair bit of damage, and also why you get the damage talent instead of mana regen. This hero is indeed mana hungry, but since Sky is almost always a core item after Scepter, you actually do just fine without it, and because you land the Remnant reliably, you can actually output a decent amount of physical damage, and that's not even counting your level 25 talent that makes you a beast later down the line. A fight starts as Miracle is trying to collect an outpost, and watch this little trick as he tries to flee. This is especially important against heroes with no cast point spells like Rubik. Dissimulate has no cast point while Astral Step does, so even though it moves you further away, you can still get caught. By doing this and moving to a place with fog, Miracle not only survives but baits Radiant into a fight. In general, you want to use your third spell around many heroes for the extra damage and block, but he can here. See how he waits a fair amount so that if he uses one Astral Step, he can still get another one off? He almost dies here, uses Dissimulate, but since the focus of the fight changed, he's the one that can deal damage, and that's okay. The combo we talked about is better used in pickoffs or when someone is out of position in a fight. That's exactly the case of Morphling here. One thing to note is that if you engage with Astral Step and you land it, you will lose the damage from the second instance if you use your Scepter straight away, so be mindful, sometimes a hero can run away. If the hero cannot run away, wait for the damage. Once again, no second use of Astral Step because that allows for running away, or in this case, killing Kanka. It's unfortunate he got hit with the Torrent, but it's a great follow-up ability, especially as you get level 18 and 20 with faster cooldowns, you understand what could happen here. This is a really long and awkward fight. I really like that Miracle doesn't use the Scepter here because Dire has Aegis and they didn't have Primal Roar anymore. This is a great fight for them, so he just takes the X. So he has the Scepter to force Morph's BKB. Jumps the Rubik in the backline. And even uses his Remnant on the important Kunkka target instead of a fleeing Rubik, especially because Kunkka was standing still, so it's just easier to land. By the way, this is the second Dissimulate usage in this fight, and he only goes for it when someone is immobilized. The skill can be quite underwhelming, so make sure you're going to land it, since that's your spell with the highest damage that is not your ult. See how he goes back to re-engage again during 9 time? This is literally how this hero is supposed to be played, always abusing the people that start to retreat with your mobility and bursting them down while hiding again. Every time Miracle is running away from people, he explores 3 areas, cliffs to run with Dissimulate. He does have Astral Step available, but as we talked about, you don't want to waste it, and even if you're going to use it, it's safer to go for your W before. In this case, since he was careful and didn't use all spells at once, maybe Radiant could have a ward in the cliff or a Hawk and know where he went, and they know, he lives. This fight starts with ET dead, and while he initiates an illusion, he does a pretty cool thing. He remnants and uses Dissimulate perfectly, so he can land more hits on the Beastmaster. See how well timed it is? This is one of the few times he's actually right-clicking in big fights, and that's because when there's a lot of heroes and you get stunned, you're gonna die. When Radiant approaches, he quickly disengages, and now at level 20, this can be done way more freely. Once again, if he's not running, he always uses Dissimulate when he knows Remnant will hit or someone stuns someone. And that grants him a kill. Also, I guess that's kind of obvious, but if you never played a hero, I did commit the mistake the first time I played him. Do not use Astral Step like twice in a row. You have to wait for the proc damage because it's a debuff. You cannot actually use it twice and deal like the full damage. And look how mobile this freaking hero is. He knows the Radiant disengaged through the high ground area, but Kunkka walked to the tower, allowing him to swiftly combo him and let his team get a kill. If that wasn't enough, he does it again. You're probably asking yourself why he went Orchid, and there's a lot of reasons for it. It's more mana regen, the silence is really good at dealing with heroes like Rubik and Chen that become bots silenced. You do start to right-click more at this stage, and Miracle constantly goes for the crit talent. You're an int hero, so int items are great because you're gonna get damage. You can always get Blowthorn eventually, and yeah, Miracle picks another hero off. This hero is crazy good and way more simple than people think. This hero is a Storm Spirit that gets the job done using less mana and does more magic damage than physical. The moment he sees Beastmaster alone, easy combo, and the fact that your disable is not targeted means only BKB can actually save someone. While Lotus can dispel the debuff, if you already have Lotus on you, it's not going to reflect or cancel the effect. So even this solution has flaws. While he's not the greatest team-fighting hero, his peak of potential is insane. Dire ends up diving way too much, and note how Miracle only survives because he saved his Astral Step and walked to the Chen instead of instantly going for the kill. Because of that, he can still aid his team and commit, but later flee once he realizes the fight is bad. Also, once again, Dissimulate into Astral Step. This is one of the final fights of the game. Miracle starts by Orchiding a Kunkka illusion, but watch how he fights anyways. After Bolt and Telekinesis are used, there's almost no disable, so he can join the fight. So he quickly phases into Astral Step, and only after laning the Remnant, he Dissimulates, and now Rubik is dead. He actually gets a really pretty double Astral Step, combos Kunkka again, easy triple kill. Small tip, we didn't mention this since this is a fighting video, but especially in the mid and late game, leaving Remnants in high ground areas or Roshan, it's really good to block smokes and get vision of otherwise dangerous places. It actually lasts for a fair amount. And this is the only time he Dissimulates in a fight like this without someone being locked down, but thanks to the Orchid, it doesn't matter, gets a kill, and the game is pretty much over at this point. While Meepo died with no buyback, he can initiate with Astral Step into the Roshan Pit. There's no roar, so he instantly silences the most valuable hero, and eventually he gets the kill. Okay guys, spoiler alert, my video, The Bible of the Mid Lane, featuring Invoker, is going to launch in a couple of days, 1 or 2. The idea is to showcase 9 matchups, easy matchups, even matchups, and hard matchups. The idea is that you as a player can abuse the easy matchups and not play passively, understand how you can actually turn around even matchups, and not get destroyed when you're against hard matchups. It's gonna be a really, really deep, thought out video. I actually put more than 2 weeks editing this, and it's probably the best video I ever made, and hopefully you guys are gonna like it. There's gonna be a YouTube premiere, there's gonna be a Reddit post. The Reddit post is going to include the text, so people that are working or people that cannot use their cell phones can read it. Hope you guys are as hyped as I am. If you guys want to know exactly when everything will happen, join our Discord channel, and I hope you get a lot of easy MMR in the future. Thank you a lot, bye.